We all came in the elephant suit, and there's nothing you can do to convince us otherwise.
Won't even look me in my eyes after looking me in my ass.
I mean, I don't want to say they're not beautiful. Everyone's beautiful in God's eyes, but like,
Not in your.
I'm not God. I have distinctions.
And it makes me jump, and it makes her jump, and it makes my ass erupt.
Fear is useless and temporary, dangerously healthy 1 minute, sick and dying the next. It's the Dapper Dads, everybody. Oh my God, the cough.
You
The cough.
You yelled too loud. You yelled too loud.
The vibrations and the
me.
frequency were too much. It got to Drama's chest. It's shaking all that shit out.
I wish it would shake it out. It's just shaking it up and around like we do here at the Dapper Dads. Episode 66.
Good Lord.
Possibly the last one we make.
Very possible.
We're both deathly ill.
In the throes of death, some
Believe
would
it or
say.
not. Based on our jovial voices, we've learned how to turn this on to the point where no one knows that we're withering away to nothing.
If you could hear what we sounded like before we started doing the show,
it was
it
shocking.
was frightening. You'd think we came from the nursing home, from hospice care before we came on and started doing this episode.
I wish I was in hospice.
I also wish I was in hospice because the sweet release of death would be a gift at this point. But unfortunately, God just keeps letting my body wake up every day with this shit. He just wants me to be alive for some cruel reason, and I don't understand.
Well, soon enough, friend. You can feel alive by going to www.thedapperdads.com. Everything's there. I don't even care to explain it. dapperdadspodcast@gmail.com. Send us an email with home remedies.
Anything at this point, I will attach
Slim has pneumonia. I have things I'll get into.
I will attach leeches to my balls at this point. I am so desperate for a cure.
I've got the balls. I have Slim's balls. That's part of the sickness. 4027-DAPPER. That's 402-732-7737. Text us while we're lying in bed wishing for death. Or the bathtub. I was in the bathtub and it was your goddamn birthday and you were getting so many messages. And I was
Yeah.
like, I'm going to throw the phone in the bathtub. Because I was dying. I wasn't just having a leisurely bath.
Well, you still managed to send me a happy birthday, son of a bitch text, so I
didn't.
appreciate
Yeah,
it.
that was late because I didn't even know what day it was.
It's okay. Kurt,
Facebook had to tell me.
it's okay. Kurt texted me and he said, I thought your birthday was tomorrow. I'm sorry, at like 11:51 at night.
So he got it right at the buzzer.
Yeah, he got it like right at the buzzer
That's
point.
my guy. Follow us on Twitter at DapperDads. We're posting health updates. Follow us on Instagram at DapperDadsPodcast. We're not posting anything because we look like monsters.
Get pictures
We're fucking
live from the
dying.
emergency room.
Yeah, I could have taken some. Where do we start here? Because I have a story that is.
I think I'm just going to let you go
Unbelievable.
ahead and take the reins on this one because you sound like you have had the week from hell, it sounds like. So just to preface this, if you listen to the last episode and you're following us linear here, I was very, very sick last time, and Drama had an unusual amount of energy that he was willing to sprout
I said
out.
I was invincible.
You
I
said
take
you cursed
everything.
yourself on the
Yes.
show is what you did.
But I did say when I was editing it, I listened to it, and I said, what will happen is I'll feel great this weekend, and then I'll get super sick, and I did.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, exactly.
So let's go ahead and start. We recorded last Friday. We were dying. That's all. Well, I was dying.
I was living more than I had in years.
I'm not better, but I'm not worse, if that makes sense. I've been like steady.
Stagnant.
Yeah, I've been like steady cruising with this stagnant bull. I wish I was dead. It's at that point where like I'm waking up every day with the same sickness, and I'm like, because like like you go to bed and you're like, God, I just hope I feel better when I wake up.
That's the
and
dream.
you wake up and you just don't feel any better at all.
You feel worse.
Not even worse, just the same. I'm at the point where I've accepted this is going to be my life from now on. I don't know what to do to make this better.
Which concerns me because your battle with pneumonia hasn't looked well before.
No.
So we'll keep tabs on.
But do
you.
I look better than I did last time?
Oh yeah, like last time that when when it almost killed you. Yeah, but it takes time.
Yeah. Well, last time it took 2 weeks to almost kill me, and I've had it for 2 weeks at this point.
So
Almost.
it's about
It'll be
to
3
start.
on Monday.
See, that doesn't sound good. I feel like when I had pneumonia once as a kid, once diagnosed, and I got fucking sick, like crazy sick. My tongue turned white, and like I fucking thought I was gonna die, because I think I've told this story. I was standing outside lighting things on fire in the winter without a coat as like a 12-year-old.
That's a yearly tradition for you, per my understanding.
I wish it was. That was good times. And you can't be crunching in the mic. That's just insanity.
It gets down to that last little bit, and I don't want to choke on it and die.
I prefer to choke and die.
At this point, yeah, I wish someone would come down those stairs, wrap their hands around my neck, and give me the sweet release of death.
I mean,
Text Matt.
I think I'm feeling better. I just, like I said, mine's a whole thing. But anyway, yeah. What were we talking?
So we're trying to get
where am I at right now?
Yeah, we're trying to get a linear timeline here. So we recorded last week. I was in the throes of death. I was worse than I am now.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way. I've been steady coasting with this, like, hacking nasty shit up, feeling a general sense of weakness, but like not getting any better, but also not getting any worse. Yeah. So what happened after last Friday? So we left the show. What did you do?
We went to Kohl's.
That's right. We had the party.
I was like, why are you asking me? We were together.
So we had the party.
Yeah. And see, how late were you guys there? Because I was there a little bit later than you.
Like 1:30, 2 in the morning, something like that.
So, yeah, I probably left around 2. And I was feeling great, so I was flying high and, having a good time. You brought 2 tall, what were they?
A grapefruit Rita and a berry Rita. The berry Rita's still floating around in Matt's car. I want that.
So picture this is slim, 60 foot. You were rocking sweatpants with a Slipknot shirt over the thermal long sleeve, looking disheveled.
Looking like a disheveled, sick 90s kid.
Drinking a
grapefruit Rita.
Grapefruit Rita. When I saw you talking to
tall boy.
Yeah, very big. I saw you talking to those 2 girls, the one who had a Sparks in her back pocket.
Yeah.
Just in case.
You know what kind of crowd I'm
These girls are going to talk about this for a long time. He had the big sweaty scary man in the sweatpants and Slipknot shirt drinking the grapefruit Rita, trying to holler.
I know how to make a memory.
Yeah.
I wasn't trying to holler at him. They asked if I went to Byron, and I was like, yeah.
Oh, they've heard tale.
Yeah. And they were like, oh, we're from Byron. I was like, Byron fucking sucks. Let's talk about it.
And then we left shortly after.
My modus operandi, if you will.
So, yeah, that was the thing. Then
what happened Saturday?
Are you actually not remembering any
I'm actually not remembering any of this.
Nothing much. We just went to Madison.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus
we
Christ,
did do that.
Man.
I have been so... I don't think you understand what I've been... Like, you've been going...
forgetting what... No,
you've been going through a lot.
I'm not going to say to insanity. You'll understand shortly. But yeah, go ahead. Have your fun before you hear about my hellhole.
I'm just saying, man, I have been in my feverish dream sweats as well. You'll have to forgive my lapse of memories.
I have a whole story. Anyway, yeah,
so we did go to Madison.
We went to Madison. Slim won the tickets to the dance party. What else did we do?
Not much. We
just walked around.
Just kind of walked around, got some food,
saw what Freak Fest starts at, but not what it ends.
Got some pictures with some tourists, which was odd because they just like picked us out of random crowd and we're just like, take a picture with us.
Yeah, I would. We didn't get a picture of us together
because at the end of the night, I was so. Well,
I was trying to do it before, and I don't know what happened. But
drunken shenanigans.
I was dressed as Satan on vacation.
I was a hot dog,
and yes, Slim was a hot dog.
Kurd was a ridiculous little elephant man.
Ridiculous elephant
who would not take his ski cap off in the club.
No. But he did open up that elephant.
Oh, you're damn right he opened up the elephant. He had some girl reaching up in his elephant.
Yeah, well, me and Kurd were the only ones that like really got out there and danced. Now, the first half, I define this by cigarettes because we went to smoke a cigarette and then the line to get back in was insanely long and we had to stand in it even though we had already been in there.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got out there and started dancing, and then that whole time was great until we smoked the second cigarette, and then we came in, and it felt like it had gotten way more packed, and it was hard to get up there.
Well, that's part of why I didn't get out there. Well, because one, the dying part,
I feel like you could have. It's not like you're doing fucking backflips and shit.
No, but like, and it just looks so uncomfortable. Like from where I was at, when you can actually see,
yeah,
like,
when you
the whole
look
floor,
like that, it looks scary, but it's not that.
Well, when you can actually see what the whole floor is doing and what everything that's going on down there, it just looks so weird and
early on, it was definitely way better. Towards
but then it started getting way more packed in there. And,
it still wasn't like crazy packed. You just got to find a nice pocket. But yeah, it was just 80s, 90s dance party. A lot of beautiful videos that I had never seen or forgotten about.
Same, yeah. The video for I'm Blue by Eiffel 65 is a trip.
Oh my God.
I don't think I had ever actually seen the official music video for that before. Yeah. And I'm just sitting there just full of pneumonia, just 5 or 6 Kool-Aids deep, and
Those
I'm
things
just
were
like,
terrible.
they were so bad. Like, why did they even advertise them?
I don't know. I got one and she gave it to me, and I was like, "This is probably alcohol. Is this right?"
It just tasted like isopropyl alcohol that they put a lime in.
Yeah, it was very bad. Yeah, there wasn't much. I'm trying to think. There was a man with like a dragon costume who kept rubbing his tail on me, and I felt violated. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was inappropriate. I wasn't looking for that. I know how women feel somewhat.
Hashtag you too.
There was a woman with big heaving breasts who kept going, I'm from the DC Comics universe. Who am I? And me and Kurt were like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And her boyfriend was like standing to the side looking at us. I think he wanted us to fuck her and join or watch or something. He wanted to
I was
know what
watching a
happening.
lot of these interactions from the balcony.
A lot of them were weird. Almost all of them.
A lot of the things that you both went through that evening were very strange because I was just mostly people watching for the evening just because it felt
There's
more
a lot to do.
Kurt kept whipping candy at me. He was finding on the floor.
Oh yeah, we all did.
Yeah, and
What was funny was when we got the candy at first, and I had M&Ms got handed to me. I gave them to him, and then I remembered that he said he didn't like candy. So right after I handed it to him, I said, "Wait a minute, you don't even like candy." And I went to snatch it back from him, but I just ripped it open, and the M&Ms went everywhere. And I don't know if he heard what I said or he thought I was just being a huge dick.
probably thought you were just being a
Yeah,
dick.
because he said
That's
he
what we
turned and
all
was like,
assume.
"You just threw those everywhere," and I was like, "Whatever." I was trying to take it back. You don't like candy.
There was some interaction I saw where up towards the front, the Scooby Gang that was up there dancing at one point, some dude shoved one of the Scooby Gang, and he got removed forcefully from
I
the
must
thing.
have missed that.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I saw. There was a lot of weird people out there. Also, I got to really take a look at how you and Kurt are in like a club environment, which is basically a lot of shoulders moving around and a lot of just uncomfortableness on your face as people touch you.
Oh
It's
yeah,
pretty much what you're going through the entire time.
that's my face anytime.
There was
anyone
that
touches
big,
me.
there was that big guy behind you guys at one point who was, I think, trying to be like a Run DMC guy, or maybe that's just how he dresses every day.
Yeah, I think I know.
That big white guy that was
Yeah.
behind you at one point. And then that Nokia phone was out there dancing on the floor.
Yeah, smelled like spray paint so bad.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah. At one point, this two girls are like tap me on the shoulder and are just that shit where it's just like You're like, what? Yeah, my friend. What? Let me get to your friend. I like got out of the way, and this bitch just got on Kurt
on that
ready
little elephant
to
man.
rock.
Like, she was like,
I was even like, I looked up and you were like, oh shit.
yeah,
It
I'm
was
sitting
like-
there from the balcony. I was like, yeah,
Yeah.
get it, son.
It came out of nowhere,
Literally out of nowhere.
and it was beautiful. And then it ended as soon as it started.
Yeah, it was
It's
crazy.
just one of those moments in
like
time.
body passing a body, catcher in the rye, something like that.
Yeah, but they were really grinding. I thought it was gonna last.
Yeah, I
forever.
thought he was gonna get
Probably
his trunk
jizzed-
up in that
probably
bitch.
jizzed in that
He
elephant
absolutely
suit.
jizzed in that elephant suit.
We
Cole,
all jizzed in the elephant suit at that
Cole,
point.
we all came in the elephant suit, and there's nothing you can do to convince us otherwise.
We can't be too funny. We'll die.
We're dying anyway, bitch.
So yeah, I'll take it from here because then we didn't stay out too terribly late.
No.
Left a little early. Kurt was ready to stay there forever. I have a video of him just dancing down. He kept looking up at me. I said, I'm gonna go up. I'm gonna see if everyone's ready to go, and I'll let you know. If not, I might come back down. Spoiler: I had no plans on going back down. I was so like
Yeah, when you got back up there, you were
hot,
like
and it was just getting to be too much.
discombobulated.
Yeah, so, and everyone was ready to go. So I look at him and I'm like, motion, let's go. And then he just starts dancing. And I'm like, motion, let's go. And then it's a song he really likes. I'm like, motion, let's go. And then I'm like, well, you better open up that elephant costume if you're going to stand down there. And he just bursts it open. And we finally go. So we drop him off. We drop you off. I ended up getting McDonald's breakfast.
Ugh.
Yeah. Maybe
That's
it's
probably
what,
what. Yeah, I was gonna say
maybe.
this is the catalyst right here.
Maybe. Didn't get home until like 4 or something. Quite a long drive. I was very tired, but I powered through. Sunday, I wake up and I don't feel great. Don't feel terrible. Don't feel like what this week ended up being, but I don't feel either way. Anyway, I'm coughing, and then the cough is getting worse throughout the night, and then by the time I'm going to bed, I'm like, ah. So the next morning, I'm like, I'm going to go to the doctor. I'm going to be an adult for the first time ever, because for the longest time, I never went to the doctor.
Yeah.
Then there was an era where I would wait 3 months and go to the doctor. And like the last couple of years, I've given it like a month and I'll go to the doctor. But I was like, and I don't even know if we've said it on here, this Saturday, tomorrow as of recording, we're finally getting to see Valet and Pusha T,
yes,
along with Shaq West,
a dream we have had for
Nas
months,
and others, like a slew of people. So this is a big show. So I'm like, I'm gonna go Monday. I'll get the antibiotics.
I knew you were serious when you sent the dad chat a snap of the front of the physician's immediate care. I was like, this boy is serious if he is actually going to the doctor.
Yeah, because I was like, maybe if I get it right when it starts, it'll be gone. I'll have it fucking perfect. So I go, I get seen by the lady from last year, exact same lady. She gives me the exact same diagnosis and the exact same medicine.
Almost as if she just looked at your file and did a redo.
Almost as if she just, I don't think they keep things on file there. Almost as if that's just what she does for everyone. But I had acute sinusitis, a cough, and a nasal drip. I think I always have a nasal drip because my nose is fucked.
Drip.
And I'm like, whatever. But she gives me, were your antibiotics just 3 pills that last forever?
Mm-hmm.
That's what you got?
No, I got a Z-Pack. It was like 6 pills. You take 2 on the first day.
Yeah.
And then you could take the rest over the next 5 days.
That's what I got last year. And she kept saying Z-Pack. But then when I got the antibiotic, it was like a weird box. And you only get 3 pills. You take 1 a day. And then it works from like the last one works from day 3 till day 7.
Yeah, mine is like you take them for 5, but they last for 10 or something like that.
Yeah. So who the fuck knows? I'm technically, apparently, still on those antibiotics. So I take them. She also gives me a nasal spray, which I still had left over, and like these tiny little pills that are for the cough, which don't do shit. No. And they're like, you can only take 3 a day. And I'm like, I feel like I should be taking a ton of these. Luckily, I Googled it, and they were like, do not take a ton of these.
It's almost like the doctor knew what the fuck they were talking about.
I don't think they do. So I'm taking that shit, and I'm like, whatever. Tuesday, I still don't feel great. And then I'm like, all right, let's see. So I'm resting. Well, no, actually, that's what it was. So Monday I stay home watching horror movies. I finish The Haunting of Hill House.
Ooh, we got to talk about that when we're done recording.
Yeah, it's very good. I definitely recommend it. It can't live up after that one episode.
Yeah.
But it's still pretty decent. It ended as good as it probably can.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
But I watched that, and then I go to bed, and I try to go to bed at like 8 or 9, a little earlier, because I'm not feeling good, and I'm trying to beat it. And then we've joked about fever dreams, and we talk about fever dreams, and I've had fever dreams. I've never experienced anything like this in my life.
Well, I've been having fever dreams, so I want to hear all about this.
It was like, I couldn't think. I physically was laying there, and I couldn't think of like anything at all. All I kept seeing is like The Haunting of Hill House, but just like the house. Nothing scary, nothing weird, not even that house, just a big long house. And I physically could think about the fact that I couldn't think about anything else. It felt like what people say like sleep paralysis is like, because I don't think I was even asleep, and I'm sweating.
Yeah.
I'm sweating through all of my clothes. The bed is soaked.
Yup.
And then I was like freaking out, and I felt like I was like, there was my life before this night, and then there's going to be my life after this night. And I don't know what, I felt like I had a stroke or an aneurysm, or like I could not think of shit. So then finally I'm like able to get my bearings somewhat. And I'm like, it's got to be close to like sun coming up at least. I can just get up and like call this a day and try to figure it out. It's 12:30.
At night?
A.m.
I was thinking 12:30 in the afternoon, and I'm just like, good
wish.
Lord.
No, 12:30, so I'd only been in bed for a few hours.
That's rough.
And I was like, holy fuck, I don't know what to do. I can't live like this. So I laid there, and it was another like 8 hours of just laying there, and it was 1:00. And I was like, I'm fucking gonna die here. Like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And then I like had to turn on Doug because I was like, I need something like I can't
Like,
think of
something
anything like
good
something
and, like,
fun
innocent,
and nostalgic maybe. Like I felt like I couldn't think of things or like I don't even know how to explain it. It was one of the
No, I
worst nights of
understand
my
exactly
life
what you're saying.
and a terrible feeling. So I like had Doug on and I was still trying to fall asleep and I would doze off and then it was like 3:30 and it took years off of my life getting through that fucking night. And when I woke up, I was like, I thought I was going to die for some reason. I don't know what the fuck it was. I'd taken my shirt off. When I got up, I could wring my boxers out of sweat. And the whole bed was soaked.
You're basically describing what I've been going through for the last couple of weeks, man.
Please, God, go to a doctor.
I did.
Because if you go back and be like, listen, I'm dying. Because that shit's not good. It's not good to lose that much sweat either. Because at first I was like, maybe I'll lose a couple pounds, get all the toxins out of me. But I'm sweating right now. Because I was looking at places on my body while I was laying there. And it'd be like this part of my arm would
and just the
be
sweat running down it. Yeah.
And then I'm like, what is wrong with me? Like parts of your body you've never seen sweat were just pouring out sweat.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, at least the first night I got the worst of it out. So I thought. So the next day I was like, all right, I'm going to take it easy because that was fucking horrifying and I need to just chill and try to get some sleep.
That's what your foolish body wants you to think.
I was napping during the day, blah, blah, blah. This is when I'll say the situation number 2 started to arise mostly. And I think it was due to such a sweaty night of tussling and turning. I'm going to try to be delicate about all of this, but there's going to come a point where I can, and it's going to be graphic, and it's going to be gross at times, and you're going to go through all the emotions that I had to go through.
I'm here for you, buddy. You're my brother, and I'm
more
here for you.
telling the listeners, because there's going to be some people who don't want to hear this. But the official way to put it is that an abscess had formed on my ass crack.
All right.
Right, like where you sit, right on the left cheek, and there's like, it basically looks like a big zit boil, but there's like 4 parts to it.
Yeah.
And I've had like zits on my ass before. I've had a boil on my ass before.
Who hasn't?
It's unpleasant. Eventually it pops or it just goes away. You live your life. It's whatever. I've had one pop before and it's very gross, but it's still not like
You've had someone grab your ass while you had a boil.
Yes, I had someone grab my ass at a bar. I was also assaulted and grabbed my boil and I yelled. And I said to the bartender, I want 3 PBRs. And he's trying to tell me that a bucket of Bud Lights is way cheaper. And I scream in his face. And then he gave me 3 PBRs.
Attaboy. Let him know what you really want.
Yes, a woman grabbed the boil on my ass in a bar. And that didn't make it pop.
That's even worse then, because then it's just like throbbing.
No, I mean, it probably would have been worse if it popped because they're way fuller than you think.
Oh, yeah.
And bloody, and they smell bad when they pop. Just a little tip. So I have this abscess, and after the sweaty night, and I think all the jostling around, it started to be irritated. And of course, it's like literally like tailbone, so it's exactly where I sit.
So every time you're getting up and moving around, you're irritating it.
And all of the coughing is irritating.
Oh,
because
it's
it's throbbing straight through.
Yeah.
It's right above my asshole. You know that part of your, and I don't know if this is everyone. This might be another crazy take of my mind. But you know, like if you spread an ass, delicate. If you open up some ass cheeks, you know how like when your ass crack starts, then there's that grip of skin before then your asshole. So yeah, it's like right around that, like
above or below?
Below, like right next to it, like right to the left, right above, like in between asshole and that grip of skin. It's not near my asshole because it's still on top.
I just have this vision of you standing in your bathroom because I know your bathroom's set up and you just spreading your ass trying to take a look at it.
No, because it's like it's on the cheek very much, so it's not in the crack. I want everyone to understand where it is because it's going to very much come into play. So I just stand and look in the mirror. I actually have a picture I'd like to show you after this, not of the incident, but of something
If it is,
similar.
I will go ahead and take a look.
You gotta look at it. It's a great picture.
We are close enough. I feel like we can do this.
You'll understand more as the story progresses. So that started to become irritating.
This is turning into a radio drama. I love it.
Oh, it's quite. I told you this is one of the most epic stories I've ever had. So yeah, Tuesday, it's starting to become more of a thing. I'm starting to take baths to try to help that.
Get some Epsom salt going?
Yeah, I had some Epsom salt.
Gotta get the Epsom salt. That's a real dad tip for you. If you're sick, you're achy, Epsom salt bath. It will make you feel better.
Yeah, it's definitely the go-to. I'm looking up things online for like, well, then I'm finding stuff like this can be called like phallicitis, and it can also be like
don't be diagnosing yourself on the internet. You're just going to psych yourself out.
And then I'm like, oh,
fuck this. You're having fever dreams, and then you're diagnosing yourself. You're just setting yourself up for failure, buddy.
There's so much going on. Because also throughout this whole week, I've been hot. But my house, I keep my house at like a 68, depending on the weather. Yeah. I like it to be a little chilly. I run hot. My house has been at 71, and no matter what I do, it stays at 71. And it's becoming one of those things where you watch the movie and you watch the man descent into madness because of that one thing.
And that's your one
where
thing.
You're just like, why the fuck? So yeah, I'm like home alone. I'm fucking hot. I'm in and out of the bath, and I'm just standing by the thermostat like, why won't this fucking thing change?
Giving it that 71? Jack Nicholson in The Shining
turning
look.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. I'm turning it down to like 60, nothing. I'm turning it up just to see 78, nothing, just 71. It's still 71 at my house. I've just stopped being crazy enough to where I might be able to figure it out. Anyway.
Sounds like you should just have someone come take a look at your furnace, bud.
No, not after what I've been going through. So Tuesday, everything sucks, blah, blah, blah. Wednesday, I wake up, I feel better with like the cold and stuff, and then I try to sit in my chair in my room, and I like can't even sit like normal. So I'm like, fuck, I don't know what I'm gonna do about this part. And I'm reading about this shit, and they're like, that can cause like fever too. So both things I have can cause fever. So I think I had the super fever, and then can cause you to just feel awful because it's like all this bacteria and shit built up in your body. And so I'm like, I don't know what to do. I want it to either go away. I'm on antibiotics. So I'm like, why won't it just go away or burst? One of the two. And instead it's just like right in the middle. So I'm doing shit with like apple cider vinegar. I'm looking up all this different shit. I'm eating turmeric or however you say it. I'm doing everything. Nothing. And that's to the point Wednesday night where like Halloween, I couldn't even enjoy Halloween. I could barely get up off the couch to give the trick-or-treaters candy. That's how bad my ass hurt. And you have to lay just right to where it's not affected.
Yeah.
And I'm watching all these horror movies, just ruining my brain. Getting real fucking crazy. Like
I feel like I should have been checking on
crazy.
You more.
Yeah, you should have. Because I didn't tell anyone what was going on.
No.
Everyone just thought I was just regular sick. But instead I was losing my mind.
Wish
and
you
my
would have texted
ass
me
was
more.
exploding. I didn't know how to say it.
I
don't know how to say my ass.
But the least you can do is just be like,
explode.
if all you got to do is reach out to me and just be like, hey man, not feeling too good. And I can be like, what's going on, man?
Well, you can't do anything. That's the problem is no one could do anything.
No, but sometimes human contact and knowing someone cares.
I don't agree. I'd rather be
Makes me feel better.
I'd rather be left alone in the dark.
You were like a weird old bear.
Yeah, someone put me down. So anyway, Wednesday night, I go to bed, and again, I'm sweating, and I can't. It's like the pain is becoming excruciating, and it's one of those things where you're like, what do you even do?
Yeah.
I'm not going to the fucking ER. I've never went to the ER for myself. I like to keep it that way. I don't have ER money. I barely have physicians immediate care money. So I like struggle through the night. I'm taking baths at like 2 a.m. because it's the only thing, getting a hot bath right up in your ass and then getting out and trying to go to bed before you realize how bad it fucking hurts. So in the morning, I figure out this other place that's like a physician's immediate care. Weirdly, just down the road from the regular physician's immediate care.
Okay.
But they're like affiliated with the hospital and they can do more. So I'm like, all right, let's see if they'll be able to, like, I need it to be cut open. I need it to be lanced. That's the only answer here. And you can tell where this is going because can you see me sitting now? So I go in there. I have to wait for like an hour and a half in the waiting room. And I'm sick if I have to wait for an hour and a half or something, and I'm not even upset about it. I was just awkwardly sitting on the booth thing because my ass hurt and hoping to God that, because the only other option is to have like a surgery about it. And I'm like, I don't have any time, money, to
the social standing to wear an ass cast out in public.
I mean, an ass cast, maybe. Then I would be able to bounce on it.
Oh, no. Not like this. Please, God, not like this.
Just bouncing on my ass cast and coughing. So I go back there.
Shaq West.
Oh, I'd be invincible at the show. Truly invincible. And so hot.
Sweating out your wrists.
So I finally get called back there. There's an old nurse lady. Talks to me at first. And it's a weird thing to say because I thought it was a boil. I didn't know what to say. Abscess is definitely the more professional term.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, like, I think I have a boil on my butt. They're saying, you know, you have an abscess on your bottom, on your underside. Different terms. So she's going through all the
term
things.
rump thrown around at all?
Not rump, but biscuits was. Which I'll get
What kind of
into.
old-timey doctor did you go to?
It wasn't even the old one. So the old lady's like just getting me prepped, and I'm like sitting on the bed, and then this nurse comes in, and she's like real nice, and finally it's one of those things where you're waiting. It's like when am I gonna have to pull my ass out? I don't show my ass to people very often. I don't like people seeing my ass.
Me either.
It's not great.
Yeah,
it's not horrible.
But it's not.
I've learned a lot.
I don't have a lot of confidence in my ass, but
Yeah.
it's definitely not the worst ass I've ever seen. You know?
And what I feel like all of my ass problems come from is as a kid I loved to show it. I would moon everybody all the time. To the point where I'm banned from the Cherryville Mall because someone thinks I mooned someone, and that was the one time I didn't moon someone.
Of course,
I'm still
likely
banned.
story.
Yeah,
You show up every
You
week.
and the cops are all pieces of shit.
I wouldn't go that far.
And yeah, I show up there all the time. And
Getting your strawberry lemonade.
I'd like to see my picture from over a decade ago.
I would also like to see the picture of you from
It's
over a
just
decade
tacked
ago.
up.
Yellowed and weird looking at this point from the haunting ravages of time, just like your ass.
Yeah. I wish I would have mooned someone at the mall. That sounds great.
Want to go to the mall after this?
Yeah, I want to show someone what my ass looks like now because the doctor comes in, and I lay on my side, and I pull my pants down, and she looks at it and she's like, "Yeah, there's definitely an abscess, and it's like broken up, which is weird." And she this is where it begins to get awkward. It's awkward to show a doctor your ass.
It's awkward to show another human being your ass in close quarters.
Yeah, especially in such a specific manner.
Yeah.
Not like we're going to fuck and my ass is just going to be here while we get into it, but to be like, hey, come look at my ass real close.
Get real close up to this weird part on my ass that's been bothering me.
Yeah, this infection in my ass. Come look at it real close.
Does this look infected to you? It looks like the old Sublime cover.
Yeah. So I pull him down. She's taking a look, and she's pressing around to get a judge of like where it's painful for me and how far it goes. Do you want to guess where this is going?
Oh God, I don't want it to be this.
Do you want to guess?
Did she poke it too much and it popped?
No.
Oh, than't God.
That might have been nice. She put her finger in my ass a little bit. Because she wanted to know, but she didn't give me a prep. So she's poking up, imagine someone poking around at like space like this on your ass. And then I felt her getting close to my butthole and I was like, well, and then she just and she's like, sorry, I just want to know because they can grow down into your asshole.
You should have gotten a warning. You should have. Yes. You 100% should have gotten I have to.
Anytime someone's going to put a finger in your ass.
Anytime anyone's going to insert anything into anywhere in your body, you need to get a verbal, verbal thing first. Yeah.
I agree with you.
She
didn't go in deep, just a little bit. But
that warrants a warning more than anything else because that almost
a little tease.
Yeah, it's a weird little tease with a finger. It's almost like she was trying to It's almost like she was trying to get away with it.
Yeah, I think maybe she just got too liberal. She's very nice, and we'll get into it more. Best doctor I've ever had.
You got fingered this week.
I got fingered a
My
little
buddy
bit.
got fingered a little bit this week.
But then she's also like, they can grow into your asshole, which is horrifying. And then she's like, are you able to shit right? And I'm like, yeah, except, the whole wiping is incredibly painful and scares me that I'm going to wipe shit into my pussy, weird nightmare.
I'm going to pass out.
Yeah, I told you, it's going to get graphic. Skip ahead, folks. It's not even close to done. And then she's also like, has it anything on the front? And I'm like, no. And she's like, okay, because sometimes it'll like mirror on your body.
Grow through your body?
And she made it sound like it wasn't growing through because that seems like a huge problem.
Yeah.
But basically it just will be on like both sides. Because she told me after a very excruciating thing coming up that they can grow on your balls or your penis. And
I'm going to pass out. Like I'm.
Oh, you're gonna pass out, but it's gonna be coming in a couple
I
minutes.
literally feel like at some point in this story, I'm going to pass out in this chair, and
That's
you're going to
my
have to wake
goal.
me up.
That is my
I'm
goal.
already feeling kind of like lightheaded.
Well, I didn't pass out when I went through it. So basically,
I did. I passed out at home for you.
Yeah, you just had
I was just trying to cook spaghetti and watch a movie, and then I just passed out on my kitchen floor. It's like The Shining. We share the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So she's basically like, yeah, what we're gonna need to do is lance it. So what I can do that. I'm gonna go get the instruments. What I want to do is I want to numb you so it doesn't hurt very bad, and then cut it open, and then just see where it goes from there. And then she's talking about they're gonna have to pack it and, you know, tape it up, and what I'm gonna have to do, and then I'm gonna have to come back and have them look it over.
This is why we can't shove you.
This is why you can't shove me. But wait, there's more.
Because your little packed butt thing.
Well, it won't be packed after Saturday. And just wait till I describe the packing. That's when you might faint. So she's got my hopes up because at this point it hurts so bad that I'm like, please cut it. Like that's what
Anything
I wanted.
at
I
this
was
point.
worried. I needed I needed to burst in any manner. I don't care about it getting cut open. I don't care. This lady's got to be like wrist deep in my ass to cut it open. Just fucking anything now. So she walks out, and then this doctor comes in, and I'd seen him like meandering about. And like, is it the same with you? I always want a female doctor. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't like male doctors.
Yeah, women are more nurturing.
Yeah.
It feels like like they're gonna take care of you. Male doctors seem like they're like, because this guy comes in, first thing he says, I'm not even joking. He walks in and goes, I heard that ass was so good, I had to take a look at it.
Ugh.
So he comes over.
Vile is what disgusting.
He comes over. I have
Treating you like a piece of meat at that
I have to
point.
pull him down. He looks at it, and he's poking like the actual like bumps.
Being rough as fuck
Yeah,
with it, I bet.
like a man. That's what I'm like, bring this doctor back. So then he finally comes over and he sits down. Won't even look me in my eyes after looking me in my ass. And I'm just lying
a
down,
hard thing
having
for
to
a
look
man
at
to do.
everyone on the side. And he's like, yeah, it's the problem I think is that it's kind of separated, so we don't even know which one to go with. We can try to lance it, but I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think anything's going to come out. We're probably going to have to, refer you to a surgeon and like have them do something more here. So then I'm like, I was so stoked. Like this lady's like, we're going to cut it, give you antibiotics, you'll be fucking good to go. Doctor comes in and he's like, nothing's going to happen if we cut it. You're going to have surgery. So then I'm like down again. And then the lady comes back in and she's like, oh, we're going to cut it. So I'm like, all right, let's see. Nothing's going to come out. Keep that
Thank
in
God
mind.
matriarchy showed up.
And so she comes in and she's going to numb it. I did not see any of the utensils involved because I
wouldn't want to.
I
yeah.
get queasy. I didn't want to know. And I'm like, whatever. So apparently needle. And she's like, I'm going to give you a shot around the wound. The shot is going to hurt like a shot. Then for 5 seconds, it's going to burn, and then it'll go away. Okay?
Okay.
And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. It's not my first rodeo. I've shots before. I went to the dentist and had like 15 shots in my fucking gums. I can... It felt like a shot, and then it felt like I was dying for 5 seconds, and then it went away. And it was literally one of those things where it's like the shot, and you're like, oh. And then I was like gripping and I was like, oh my God. And then you're like, and you're on edge. Like, that can't be it.
And that was
And then she's like, see, I told you it'd only last 5 seconds. And I was like, yeah, it's a horrible 5 seconds, but it's only 5 seconds. She's like, see, I didn't lie to you. I have to do it again several times. And I was like, because then you know what you're in for.
Yeah.
So it's way worse.
So how many of them did you have to get?
4.
So
But the first 2 numbed it enough so the second 2 weren't really felt. So only 2 bad ones. And then it's weird because like I don't feel my ass cheek a lot in general.
Yeah.
So she's like touching and she's like, can you feel this? And then it's that thing where you're like, oh, someone's touching my ass and I can't even feel it. I don't know what's going on down there. I know what you're up to.
You don't?
Well, I know what she's capable of, I guess. So I'm all numbed up. She's like, we're going to give it like 10 minutes. I want it to fully kick in before I get in there and cut it open. Old nurse comes back in to help her. Regular nurse comes back in. She's like, all right, we're going to cut it open. They got like a little pad under me to catch all of the fluids. And then she's like, we're going to pack it with this stuff that looks like shoelace. I don't understand what any of this means.
I've seen that stuff before.
So I'm like, okay. So I don't see anything. I'm looking away from it. She gets the scalpel out and she's like, all right, I'm about to do it. I'm not feeling anything. I'm like, this is fucking perfect. Like, they really numbed it.
This is the dream.
And then I feel like just a slight like stab, and it makes me jump, and it makes her jump, and it makes my ass erupt. And it is, I'm numb on my ass, and all I can feel is hot liquid pouring all over the place outside of the area where I'm numb. Hot, bloody pus. Does that do it? Yeah. Come on, Slim. There's more.
I'm here for it.
But wait, there's more.
I'm here for it. It's just, oh my God.
I know. It's a long, intense story, folks. Sorry. It's this or nothing. This is all I've had all week. So, it erupts. I feel instant relief. It smells.
Yeah,
it's unpleasant.
There's got to be an odor to it.
She says, like, oh my God, that is the most unbelievable thing I've ever popped. She was like that, like, it was so much. Because I'm feeling it pour down. She's trying to pull my pants down lower because it's getting into my boxers. I seen them take a culture on, like, a Q-tip, and that thing was soaked and it looked nasty. And she's like, I can't believe it was that much. So then I, of course, was like, yeah, tell that doctor, because he said he didn't know if anything would come out. And she goes, he didn't know if anything would come out. Everything came out. And yeah, it's just fucking crazy. And I, like, immediately after they, like, get me, she was like, I wasn't prepared. I don't have, she's asking the nurse. She's like, you got, like, some sort of, I need something to clean them up.
Some goddamn paper towels.
Yeah, she was like, something like I made a mess. Like, give me something that's sprayed down so I can wipe his ass down. Basically had to have the woman wipe my ass a bunch. So yeah, basically just a lot of...
You poor sweet man.
A lot of contact. She was one of the best doctors. She made it all very lighthearted and was fun and efficient. And then she packed the hole in my ass that currently exists with what looks like shoestring, which I didn't understand until I got home. Removed all the gauze and stuff and seen just a little string hanging out of my ass crack like I'm a pull string doll with improper placement. And she said,
I want to know what your catchphrases are.
Oh, I don't. She said it could fall out. I have to be back there tomorrow morning to get it taken out. If it doesn't fall out, if it falls out, I need to spray like water and soap into the hole. And every day it gets a little bit longer. Basically, every time I change the gauze of my ass that is leaking, which is every few hours, the string gets a little bit longer. So this is what I've been going through. And I'm honestly shocked to be here.
I want to hold you and console you like a big baby man, because I feel so dreadfully bad for what you had to. I wish. Okay, I get where you like couldn't text us about this, because like, how do you text your buddies about this? You know,
how do you even explain it?
There's no way to even begin to explain it over text.
No,
like there's no way where you can.
It's hard to explain.
If you because if you had sent me a text like in the dad, like if you just texted the dad chat. And you were like, hey, so crazy thing this week, guys. Had to have my butt abscess lanced. Oh, you didn't know about my butt abscess. Sorry. Yeah. The big boil on my biscuit had to be ripped open. And now I got a shoestring hanging out of it. And it was the most the doctor had ever seen come out of an ass.
Anything.
Anything.
Yeah.
Doing okay, though. Like, yeah. I would be...
This was just yesterday.
But like, I would be like, this is how you chose to tell me?
Exactly. It's more of an in-person story, I think. And it's quite the story.
I still, I'm This is a lot to take in. Like, just as your best friend, it's a lot to take in.
It was a lot to experience.
Knowing that I've been like laid up at home having fever dreams and like, because I have not had the ass abscess, but I have been having the night sweats. I've been having the fever dreams. A fever dream I had last night was what is the name of that park out by where we used to work at?
I don't know.
It's like not Alpine Park, but it's out on like Springfield there, you know?
Oh, Anna Page?
Anna Page, yeah. So I had a dream all the dads were going out to Anna Page.
I love that park.
But it was like 2 a.m. for some reason. And
best time.
Well, we were like, so I've had a lot of crazy dreams involving you guys for the last week because like you guys are the people I spend some of the most time with. Mm-hmm. So in the dream, we're driving in a very, very small car. Like I want to say a very small car for the 4 large men that are in there. And it's like 2 a.m. and we're going to Anna Page Park. And you and Matt are acting exceptionally sneaky about it for some reason. And I don't know I don't know why. And I'm like, guys, are we going to like get out of this car when we get there? And,
yeah, of course you would be concerned about
because like we're all cramped in and stuff. And because like it was uncomfortably small. Like everybody's knees
like
were in
every
their ears.
Car is for you.
No, like worse than that. And you were like, yeah. You guys are like, yeah, it's going to be fine. And we pulled up into the park. And so, like, you know how you said, like, in your dream, you, like, couldn't think of anything and, like, it felt like sleep paralysis? Mm-hmm. In the dream, we got to the park in this small car and, like, something latched onto the front of the car. And it turned into, like, a roller coaster for some reason. And in my dream, I could feel myself, like, with the throttle of the roller coaster, like the pullback and everything like that. And I know for a fact I was like whipping around in my bed because I woke up and like everything was just everywhere, you know? And my room has been like a vile sanctuary for the last week because I've been pretty much just laid up in bed eating like foods that are easy to cook and like go down easy. And I've got like a pile of tissues going from hacking stuff up and blowing things.
You got to get rid of that. That's why you're staying sick.
Yeah, no, I got rid of that
crack
today.
Those windows.
I've been getting rid of that every single day. But I
it's just cum rags.
Just
keep jerking off.
It's a mix of cum. Yeah, I've already failed No Nut November. I don't know what you want out of me.
I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever nut again.
Yeah, at this point, I don't even want an erection anymore. I just want to be healthy.
Yeah, I know.
I would trade at this point where this is how sick I have been feeling for the last couple of weeks. I would trade the ability to have an erection ever again if I could just feel healthy every day for the rest of my life.
I think you'll regret that. I think you'll regret that the first day you feel healthy. You'll be like, what a mistake.
I mean, probably. But at this point,
the rest of your life, you could have said the rest of the year and I would have believed it.
But
it's 2 months without an erection.
Yeah. Been going all summer.
Without an erection?
Yeah.
You're full of shit.
Not a good one, at least.
Well, none of them get good after 25.
You ain't fucking kidding. Good Lord. Got to sit there and slap it around a little bit.
That's all I do is slap it around.
Oh, God. This sense of, like, I don't know if it's empathy I have for you right now.
I think it's empathy.
What is the feeling?
I feel fucking great, though.
I'm feeling an emotion where I just want to hold you
sickness
like a baby and wrap you up in a blanket and like rock you until you're like asleep and safe.
Yeah, that's some homoerotic thing you have.
It's not sexual at all. It's very
sexual,
fatherly.
I feel like the crazy thing is though, it's still unpleasant and like keeping it up and whatnot and looking at it and like it's still kind of sore. That fucking relief, man. Top 5 pains of my life, probably just the whole thing.
Yeah,
encompassing all of that. Top 5 reliefs of my life.
Yeah, I would say
top 3.
How did it feel when like the numbness finally wore off and you could like?
Glad you brought that up. When the numbness wore off, I thought I was shitting myself because I started to feel my ass and
all the wetness.
Huh?
All the wetness.
It wasn't even wet anymore because it was like hours later.
Yeah.
I was like walking down my hallway and I was like, oh, what's the, because it was just like not numb. Like it went, normally, you know, you start to feel it come back.
Yeah.
It was like numb and then it was not numb. And I was like, am I shitting myself? And I wasn't. It was just
with an open abscess, they probably don't want you shitting yourself.
Yeah, well, that's what she put a bunch of iodine on it first. And she was like, this is like a reddish brown. She's like, I just want you to know for later so you're not confused about anything. Go, I shit up my ass. When she popped that abscess, I shit up my ass into it. And yeah, shitting is incredibly difficult. I'm also on 2 different antibiotics. And then I had to take a probiotic because the antibiotic will kill everything in me. And I'm technically still on that first antibiotic. So if I don't become superhuman within the next couple days, I'm going back to the doctor.
I think we all
2 more antibiotics.
I think the lesson here is we all need to go to the doctor.
Yeah, go to the doctor before you get to these points.
Yeah, if you're listening to the show, just get a general care doctor.
Please, God, yeah.
Get health insurance. Go through this fucking state if you have to.
Do something.
Get a general care doctor and just let them check you out because, dear God, do not
Don't look at your ass because I didn't think this was going to happen. And I hate it because it makes it sound like I'm a gross, unhealthy person.
And you're not. Like, I can attest to this.
I'm very cleanly. I'm unhealthy with, like, my habits and eating and whatnot, but I'm very cleanly. I just have weird skin. Weird skin and a night of sweats will ruin your week.
Yeah, it turns out a batch of night sweats will give you an ass abscess that'll just turn you back a couple of centuries.
Be careful. And I'm worried tomorrow it's going to be painful when she basically pulls that string out of the hole. And then there's just a hole in my ass. Like another one. Like a neighbor. A young neighbor to my
I'm just worried about
asshole.
I'm just worried about anything that could possibly happen tomorrow because it's like
there's a lot. That's why when you were like, I'm looking for a lot of sitting down tomorrow, I was like, oh, I'm looking for all the standing up.
Just lean on the bar at Richards for a couple hours.
That's what I was planning on doing.
I'm just really worried that so like tomorrow I'm gonna go pick Kurt up in the morning and we're gonna come here and we're gonna go get you and we're just gonna get to your house and you're just gonna very solemnly be like, I'm not going to Chicago, guys, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's what I'm also worried that
we're gonna be like, why, what happened? And you're gonna be like, well, they pulled the string out of my ass
string.
And there's a new neighbor who moved in next door is how the doctor put it.
Well, yeah, she said there's going to be like an open hole until it heals. I'm hoping they just bandage it over, and then I won't have to like go to the bathrooms in Chicago to change my gauze out. Like a woman.
Because if somebody opens the door and catches you, there's no coming back from that.
No.
I mean, because I feel like this. I feel like my shitting in Madison during prof is one of the top stories from the Dad Squad.
Mm-hmm.
Could only be topped by you changing your ass gauze during Sheck West.
Yeah, well, I don't think I would do it during Sheck West. That's when I just pull it out and throw it in the crowd, and you faint, and the guy hits faints.
It hits Sheck West, he faints.
He's like, fuck, shit, what the fuck is this?
Shit.
Yeah, so, yeah, I'm hoping they just patch me up. And I'm hoping I can put this all behind me.
No pun intended?
None at all. I'm not making puns about my ass. It's a very sensitive subject. I just really, like, Saturday, I was dancing with Kurt, having a fine time. I thought I would
It's crazy to me that all of this has happened within a week.
Yes.
Because, like, the last time I saw you, you were perfectly fine.
And, yeah, I thought I would get sick again, like the cough. If the first doctor visit would have happened, I would have been like, yeah, whatever. That's fine.
Shit happens, yeah.
Having to have my ass cut open with a scalpel is not where I would have, if you would have asked me. Even on Wednesday when it hurt a lot, I was like, yeah, it'll probably still go away.
What do you think the boys are going to be going through this week, Slim? Well, I picture Kurt's going to have a lovingly swimming week where he just goes to work and then comes home, spends some time with the dog. Matt's probably going to be doing something very similar. Drama will probably just be going to his regular job throughout the week, coming home, spending time with the old lady and the animals, having a nice meal in the evening, going to bed, followed by a horrifically nightmarish episode featuring an ass abscess and a dream where he has absolutely no control over anything.
Yep. I think that was part of the problem, too. Like the dream you described. That's how my normal dreams are. They're so vivid and crazy, and I thrash around and I scream and whatnot.
I had a very vivid one, I want to say Tuesday. Oh, my birthday, when I woke up on my birthday.
Perfect.
This is going to sound insane, and it feels insane.
Oh, yeah, nothing that's been said on this episode sounds or feels insane.
I woke up at like, because this is what's been happening. I've been taking like nighttime Robitussin before I go to bed at like 9 or 10. Just been like taking a couple big chugs of it and then waking up around 3 or 4, just coughing up a bunch of stuff, just real sweaty, you know, just the usual. Woke up at 5 a.m., 2 hours before I had to wake up and get ready for work, from a fever dream where I woke up screaming no, 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 no over and over again. And I woke up to me screaming no, no, no over again. And the visual in my mind was the mugshot of the mail bomber with his like weird penciled in hairline.
You hear he had a ponytail too?
What?
Yeah, I read he had a ponytail.
That somehow makes my nightmare worse.
Yeah.
But like for some reason in my head, I saw like a window that's like 4 panels, but like all 4 panels were his mugshot, but it was like illuminated like those makeup mirrors where it has the light along the edges of it. But it like was flashing really loud in my head and making like a really large, like big, it was like a
folks,
big
that's
noise.
That's what the media propaganda does to you.
But like literally it was like, da, 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 da. And I woke up, I was like, no, no, no. And like woke up and my cat like flew out of the room as fast as he possibly could, because
that's how I wake up a lot, is screaming.
Yeah.
Sometimes no, no, no. Sometimes just screaming.
Just
screaming real loud.
Yeah.
I got to do my full blown scream in Madison when we were down there. I was hoping you would hear it.
Nope.
Yeah.
Could not hear it when I was right next to those fucking speakers up there. Definitely got some slight tinnitus from being up there all night.
I feel like you can't have slight tinnitus. It's either full blown or it's nothing at all.
Very slight.
I also, watching all the horror movies like I was trying to do, I think also I think several different things drove me into insanity a little bit each. So I think I've gotten pretty close to a complete mental breakdown of sorts. And I think it's mainly the thermostat the most, believe it or not. Just insane. The horror movies and the abscess and just the general unhealthiness.
Man, what a week.
Yeah.
What a week.
But yeah, I did watch a horror movie last night. I watched Terrifier. This has been recommended to me by at least like 6 people. Have you watched this?
No, never even heard of it.
It's on Netflix. It's about a clown. So I was like, no, thank you. This clown shit is stupid.
Yeah, more often than
The movie is really good.
Yeah?
Yeah. I watched it last night because I was like, gotta stop watching horror movies. Because like The Haunting on Hill House, after that being attached to my dream, now I'm like, I don't know if I could even watch that again. Like that, the dream that I had fucked with me and it felt like adjacent to that. And then I will say, being home on Halloween all day, all Treehouse of Horror.
Yeah.
All horror movies. So I just watched a bunch of shit. And then at a certain point, I was like, I think this is also like bad for my brain. Bad for my big stupid brain. But then last night I was like, you know what? Fuck it. So I watched Terrifier. It's about a clown. It features one of my favorite things, which is upside down boobs. Because they're very funny to look at. Upside down completely changes the dynamic
big
of
boobs.
Boobs that from the beginning I was like, I hope I get to see that girl's boobs. You do. Upside down and not in the way you were thinking. And the scene that follows is extremely graphic. And you're like, no. And then you're like, oh, fuck, yeah. So I'd recommend you watch it.
Okay.
Tonight. Cook yourself up a nice fever dream of a clown.
God,
I hate clown movies. They're stupid.
Having.
You got any other hot ones?
Uh,
I know they're all hot.
There was the one I told you guys about.
You sleep naked?
Not usually.
What are you sweating in?
So usually it's been kind of variant depending on how I feel as I've been falling asleep, because I feel like it's been kind of hard to regulate my body temperature since I've been sick.
Is your house thermostat stuck on anything?
68.
Is it stuck on it?
Yes.
Fuck.
Does not get hotter, does not get colder.
See,
68.
and you would probably prefer to be at 71.
Oh God,
I want to be at 68.
I would give a testicle to be at 71.
I would never give an erection again to be at 68.
Now let's not say things we don't mean.
But is this the curse that we have? We have
Is it possibly?
each other's temperatures.
Like literally, I have it set to like 72, 71, but it will not get hotter than 68 in my house. It is nightmarish.
That sounds incredible.
Oh, it's awful.
God,
it's
how
so
refreshing
cold.
it.
It's so cold.
You're so hot.
Well, because then what happens is I wake up and I'm like beyond freezing because I'm soaked in sweat.
Yeah.
Well, because what's been happening is that DM Robitussin is no motherfucking joke. Everybody goes on about the NyQuil game. It's all about that nighttime Robitussin. I think I'm gonna have to go get some more after this actually because I think I'm out. I say this 4 months from now. Yeah, I still got that wicked pneumonia thing going on.
I think
I need my
like where this is going.
Got my neck and my belly on dust, and I just got a big lean belly, like big lean belly sticking out, like really fit and healthy everywhere else, but like big lean belly.
It's not even lean, big tussin.
Big old tussin belly.
Yeah, that shit's not good for you. It just covers everything up.
Well, and so what I've been doing is I've been like taking the tussin, taking a Mucinex, and then like laying down in bed. But then I got to sleep with the fan on because I need the ambient noise. I need the background noise. And so it'll start to get a little...
Sleep with the TV on?
I do the TV and the fan.
Excessive, but okay.
Very excessive, but it's... I didn't used to do the TV, but then when I moved into my place, I've never like lived like alone before. And so like having the TV on constantly was like just made me feel more comforted, like having that background noise.
I had to sleep downstairs on my couch for the first time probably ever, like a night of sleep.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
Yeah.
Big, horrifying fucking nightmare. The TV's far too bright down there, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll turn it off. The cable box has the time constantly, so you can't escape what time it is.
Yeah.
All the weird noises, just all the time. I was like, I'm gonna fucking die. And this was before I was praying for death that night, so I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be okay. Flash forward to a lanced ass abscess, and then I'm like, let's fucking go.
Well, so normally I wouldn't sleep with the TV on, but ever since I've been living by myself, it just feels comforting to have like a TV on when I wake up. So like you did with Doug, I usually try to put something nice on. For a while I was on The Simpsons. I've been doing Perfect Strangers recently.
Interesting.
Old late 80s, early 90s sitcom. It's just something feel good. So like when you wake up, it's not like horrific horror movies, you know?
Yeah, to each their own.
Oh, fun thing about The Haunting of Hill House I want to get into really quick. So it was went out with my mom and sister for my birthday earlier this week. And my sister goes, have you been watching that Haunting of Hill House show? And I was like, yes, it is so good. Have you been watching? Because my sister is like she's like Cole. She doesn't do horror movies at all. Yeah. And I was like, have you been watching it? And she goes, no, but I'm glad to know you've been watching it because we share a Netflix account, but I have made separate profiles for everyone so that it doesn't get twisted. Yeah. And so apparently what she did was in the middle of the night, she woke up and just turned on Netflix because she does the same thing. She sleeps with the TV on, and she clicked on my profile. And what I was doing was like waking up in the middle of the night and like just watching an episode or two because like I couldn't fall back asleep, you know? Great. Well, and so she had put on like, you know, The Office or like Parks and Recreation or something. And then I turned on Haunting of Hill House. And so she woke up in the middle of the night with The Haunting of Hill House on her TV.
That would be great.
And she was like, I thought I was, damn it. She's like, I thought I was going to piss my pants because I woke up and there's suddenly all these ghosts screaming on the TV and I didn't know what to do about it. And I thought a ghost was haunting me.
Oh, there could have been such worse things. Like I was watching Hellraiser 2 and I was thinking about that too. Like what if this was just randomly like someone just, if you could randomly broadcast it, like, you know, the Max Headroom thing?
Yeah.
What do you think would be the best thing you could broadcast on national TV for like a couple of seconds? Well, yeah. Are we still editing that out?
Yeah.
Or are we past it?
No, we're still editing it out.
Okay, so now no one knows what you said.
Well, at least they'll know it's the forbidden film.
Yeah. All right. Well, that makes it better. Otherwise, it sounds like you just say something crazy.
Yeah.
I would like hardcore gay porn. That would just upset a lot of people.
Yeah.
just
the clip from Straight Outta Compton where they tell Eazy-E he has AIDS.
Yeah. But so everyone's just like, what was that?
What?
During the Super Bowl? What?
He said, what? He said, I'm not a what?
It's okay. He's dead.
Oh. Now I'm sad.
Yeah, it's one of those conflicting things. You can't be mad at him. He's dead.
To go back to the original thing, normally I sleep in, if I was to pick what I was going to sleep in the winter, I'll do like sweats with like a white t-shirt. Usually during the summer, I'm more of just kind of a boxers kind of guy.
Yeah.
So,
I'm constantly boxers undershirt. any time of the year.
But like then when you get sick like this, you just start sweating through all your undershirts constantly, and it is.
So you take them off, and it's a fucking struggle.
Yeah, because it's stuck to your body.
And then you throw it. And then
throw it across the room, and it hits the wall, and it turns into a wall walker as it falls into your laundry basket.
That's literally what happened to me. Yeah, that's what I fucking hate, that feeling. I haven't been this sweaty in, I don't even know, honestly, like day to day.
It's your body trying to get that shit out.
What's left?
I have no idea.
With all of the sweat that I have given.
With what came out of your abscess, I feel like your body has nothing else to give.
Well, yeah, and there's still things coming out of the abscess. It's just I got a little leaky bum, and it's just part of life.
Little leaky biscuit in the back.
Yeah, that's what the younger nurse who did the actual cutting, the nurse who cut me and put her finger in my ass. She was the one she came in and she goes, I hear you got some bumps on your biscuit. And I was like, and then she kept calling my balls the boys. She's like, nothing going on with the boys, right? When she was like down.
And you thought she was talking about the dad's.
Yeah, it's like, they're all fucked, but not like this. I don't think. She opens a curtain next to
all
me.
Three of us are there getting our asses cut open.
One of us has to go through it. All of us have to go.
We're standing in solidarity with our brothers. There's nothing wrong with your asses.
They're just cutting your ass. You guys could prevent.
I'm like, yeah, those shots for 5 seconds are real rough. She wasn't fucking lying.
We're all just screaming. One of the other best parts is two things. So she is like, we're done. I got my pants back up.
My brother doesn't get his ass cut alone. You feel me?
We're done. I'm sitting there.
Fucking go, boy.
That's her. Let's cut this shit.
Oh, God. Just
spits in your ass.
Ooh. Something I didn't know I was into until just now.
Yeah. I've learned a lot of things I'm into, specifically getting my ass scalpeled open.
That's going to be one of our albums.
So we were done. I'm sitting on the edge of the bed there. And she's like, all right, I'm going to give you paperwork. Because she's telling me all these different things.
Give you a lolly.
I wish. She's telling me all these different things. And while she's telling me, I'm like, I'm not going to remember any of this. Fuck. It's going to get infected and be like way worse. She's like, I'm going to give you paper instructions.
No beer, no Sheck West. You're like, oh.
Yeah, that's what she didn't give me any stipulations, and I feel like way better, and I'm hoping by tomorrow and getting the string pulled out of my ass like a lawnmower.
Send me a snap of it just being ripped out. Just like so I'm sitting there, and then I went to leave because I thought maybe like the front desk lady, and I asked her, I was like, do I pick those up from you, or are they coming back? And she's like, they'll be back in the room, just hang out in there. So I go back in there, and I kind of like left the door cracked because I didn't know if I should open or close it. The first nurse comes in. It smells so bad in there from what came out of my body. The nurse opens the door wide, and she's like, we're just gonna leave this open for you. Out a little bit.
And she was like, and I'm like, great. And I get to sit in my my stench that I've caused. I feel like they had to shut that room down.
I'm sure.
And then
they had men come in white suits and just hose the fucking thing down.
I think they just closed room number 1.
They just burned it.
Yeah. I walk by and it's just
one charred out room.
Like, oh, I hope I don't do it to this one. Then they give me.
There was never a room there.
You never had your ass land.
Dun, dun. It was all a fever dream.
Oh.
You wake up on your couch right. What would you do if you woke up on your couch right now with the abscess still?
With the abscess still?
Yeah, like you dreamt all of it, like it was all a fever dream.
Oh, I would die. I'd go to that doctor's office and I'd be like,
that's
that
a twist
nurse?
right there.
And they're like, there's only men workers here because we're real shitty employers, not equal opportunity.
Equal opportunity, my ass. This is a physician's immediate.
No, equal opportunity, my ass. So then I'm sitting in there letting them air it out. And the old nurse comes and she hands me the paperwork. And it's like inserted into this little envelope thing. So I turn it over, and on the back of the envelope, clearly the doctor had jotted notes from someone he was speaking to. And the more I look at them, they are not notes for me to be looking at. Because while I was waiting, because I was the first person, like I walked in, no one in the waiting room when I got there. So I'm like, sick. It's going to fucking in and out, in... Ow. And so I sat down And then a girl and a guy came in, and she seemed very ill. She kept going to the bathroom, I think throwing up or something. Then, like literally for over an hour, no one came out of the rooms back there except one woman who an ambulance had to be called for. And then they wheel in the stretcher and get her because she's like having a heart attack. And then they take her to the hospital that's like literally just down the road. Otherwise, no one leaves. So I kept thinking, like, when am I going to go back? And why is no one leaving? Do they kill everybody that comes in here? Because I'm also, you talk about discombobulated. When I showed up there, I went up and the lady was like, here to see a doctor? And I was like, yeah. And she goes, last name? And I was like, I don't know the doctor's last name. How would I have that information? And I was thinking, and I just said, I don't have an appointment or anything. And she goes, yeah, I know. Last name? And I was like, and I was like, oh, yeah, my last name. And I gave it to her.
Drama.
So, yeah, it's drama.
Dramington, the third.
But so I'm looking at these notes, and it says, like, pain during sex, tingling while peeing, no odor. What was the other thing? There's something else that was
These are not for you.
Yeah, because, yeah, I, like, read it, and I was like, oh, they must jot down notes. And I was like, pain during sex? I never said that.
It's
I haven't
implied,
even had sex. It would probably hurt. Yeah, they're not wrong. God, it would probably hurt. Tingling during peeing, no, not far off, but more of a throbbing. Vaginal odor. No, this isn't right at all. So I grabbed the
Vaginal
old
odor,
lady.
not today at least.
Yeah, not with the abscess.
Compared to the abscess, nothing.
Vaginal odor smells like a fucking field of flowers. So I grabbed the old lady and I was like, hey, I don't know if the doctor needs these. I don't think these are for me. And she looked at them and she was like, oh, thank you. And then went and gave me a different envelope. And it said much cruder things on it. That's
that weird butt biscuit boy.
Cussy ass man.
The pussy ass boy came in again today, fulfilling the prophecy. Now I'm going to kill myself in the waiting room after everything closes.
That's when I was like, it smelled bad. And like anytime you have like something pussy.
Yeah, an infection. It smells like infection, rot. Yeah.
Horrible. That lady was so close to it. Like, imagine I'm guessing, because I didn't look, had to be like, if my ass is here, she's like right there. You know what I mean?
Lancing
like,
it. Yeah, because you want to be accurate
right
about it.
And when I flinched from the pain and she flinched from the shock of me flinching and my ass exploded, I really hope she's the doctor tomorrow so we can
discuss it further.
Yeah, I want to be like, now that I'm more clear-headed and like feel so much better, I want to thank you, and I feel like I need to get
her some flowers. Yeah. Get her a small box of chocolates
or
something.
You.
let's not do anything
put your
crazy.
Finger in my ass, and I love you.
Then how come you haven't gotten a gift for me like that?
Because you're too rough. Like I said, she just did a little one, almost like she slipped in. You're always like, yeah.
Well, I've tried gentle, and you don't respond to it.
No, because I never know if it's you or one of the other 50 hands.
Can't help it. I like having a good time.
With that many people? It's so hard to host those type of events. Yeah. Where do you have an orgy at nowadays?
I suppose a very large host house.
What constitutes an orgy? Amount of people? Do you know?
I think more than 4. I was
going to go 8 for some reason.
Because I think because you got 2, you got a threesome.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like more than 3 is technically an orgy.
No, because there's a foursome.
So foursome. So 5?
Fivesomes?
I've never heard of a fivesome.
I mean, I've heard of people having sex with 4 other people.
Yeah, that's an orgy.
I don't think that's an orgy.
How is it not an orgy?
I'd say at least 6, but I feel like 8. Because there's got to be, I feel like there's just not enough. 5, there's just one weird
I feel like I'm going to have to go home.
I'm going to Google this.
Yeah, go ahead and take a look. Well, what I was going to recommend was I was going to go home and just hop on the old xnxx.com and see what constitutes
there's
as
just
an
always
orgy.
a ton of people. I don't think you'll get your answer. What do I type? How many for orgy?
How many people constitute an orgy?
I'm not going to put constitute.
You have to word it right, or else it's just going to bring you a bunch of sleaze.
I put how many people for orgy.
Oh, you're going to get some Craigslist results.
No, first result, it says what's the minimum of people required for an orgy. Wow, there is a graph that I was not prepared for. It's not graphic, it's just It's very detailed.
What am I?
It starts with.
Let me put this at an angle I can look at here. So
Starts with. It's just group sex.
Moresomes. I've never heard that word before. Moresomes.
I'm guessing that's after foursomes. Is moresomes. So
Moresomes.
we've got threesomes, foursomes, and moresomes.
The fuck is a daisy chain?
I don't know. We're gonna get into Google and
Puppy
things we
piles?
can't take back. Puppy piles, I think, is when a bunch of young gay men, just jump in a room together.
Okay, so we got play party,
Not that I would know.
orgy, moresomes. But it seems like moresomes encompasses the following: daisy chain, circle jerk, bukakis, orgies, swing parties, slight puppy piles. But foursomes seems to be its own thing, where you can have a foursome at a glory hole, but it's also constituted as a gangbang, or half a daisy chain. A threesome. I don't get why part of the circle is missing here. This is what's troublesome to me.
Puppy piles
Is its own outside,
exceeds past group sex.
I gotta look up what a puppy
I know,
pile
I can
is.
get to this. But my question
What is a puppy pile and what is a daisy chain?
I'm pretty sure what I said is a puppy pile is right. You're gonna see some shit. It's not okay. Here, let me read you this.
Okay.
Because it says this person has done a lot of research on this.
Clearly, they made a really fucked up graph.
And it does say they put it together. And it's incredible. It's a Venn diagram. We'll post it online. It says for most people who like group sex, 3 is a threesome, 4 is a foursome, and an orgy needs to include 5 people or more.
Okay.
However, it's not just a numbers game. If you have, say, 4 couples in the room, but all 8 people only have sex with their partner and there's no cross-couple sex taking place, then it's just 8 people having sex in the same room. That's not an orgy. For it to be an orgy, there has to be some sex happening outside of the couples. Everyone doesn't necessarily need to have sex with everyone else, but monogamous same room sex doesn't count. I'm trying to see if we can.
Apparently, a puppy pile doesn't even involve sex.
It's just men laying on each
A
other.
large pile of people of mixed sexes cuddling and or heavy petting each other, usually with clothes on, but sometimes without. Not an orgy, usually done only by people who love and or trust each other. Not always sexual, sometimes just a physical expression of love or endearment amongst multiple participants.
That's probably why part of it is outside of the group sex Venn diagram then.
Now to find out what a daisy chain is.
That's the one you're going to regret.
A string of daisies threaded together by stems. Well, that makes a lot of sense.
It's in so many more sums, though.
Okay, here we go. A daisy chain, often found in porn, a phenomenon where multiple female participants perform cunnilingus on each other in a circular formation, permitting each participant to both give and receive oral sex simultaneously. Oh, so that's that thing where you got a circle of people and they're all
that's just nice.
Is it?
To look at.
I mean, I've never been in a daisy chain.
I haven't either. I saw that picture on Twitter of all those men sucking each other's dicks in a circle, which I guess is that not a daisy chain?
I think there might be a dude word for it because you know how masculinity
Dick
is.
Chain?
I'm thinking more of like a hardware store chain.
That's gonna get very
toe
confusing.
chain. It's called a toe chain.
You're gonna get the wrong people.
What's it called with a man though?
Figure it out. You've got Google at your fingertips. I'm finding, a lot of people, I guess,
Apparently it's the same name with men, but it's called daisy chain because it is.
Well, yeah. I've seen a still photograph of men in a daisy chain. I think women in a daisy chain would be pleasant to look at.
Example. Dude, that daisy chain was 20 chicks long.
Yeah.
A 20 chick daisy chain? How do you even
big.
find 20 women that want to eat each other out like that?
Well, yeah, I mean... That's what my initial question was, is where do you host these things? You just fucking everywhere?
Thinking like a...
Yeah, what I'm getting is over...
Pizza Hut after hours? A Chuck E. Cheese after hours in the ball pit.
They don't have the ball pits. Kids died.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
They make their own ball pit.
They
call it the daisy chain.
A lot of kids died in Chuck E. Cheese ball pits. Like, enough to where no Chuck E. Cheese has a ball pit.
Well, yeah, because...
You know how many kids have to die before they take out an entire attraction?
Well, pee is stored in those, so...
In the ball pits?
In the balls,
yeah. Well, they're absolutely disgusting because kids with runny diapers would get in them, and it was
kids would throw
you basically
whole pizzas
either
in there.
Die or get Ebola or something.
Ebola? There was an Ebola crisis at Chuck E. Cheese's that I was unaware of?
Yeah, that was another big thing. That was back when it originally happened because getting in contact with Get shitty diapers is a huge way, because they always say with Ebola, there's like you only get it through pissing in each other and shitting and coming and mixing it together, and that's what ball pits are.
This is a very gross episode.
Yeah, do you think this tops 3?
This absolutely tops 3.
That's what I was wondering, because I was like, yeah, we don't, and like I knew it was going to be a long story. The bulk of this episode is about me getting my ass cut open.
It's a good story. It's very episode worthy.
It's one of the best stories I've ever had.
I'm trying to think of other places where orgies are held. Rented out, like rent-a-spaces, like U-Hauls with a space heater in it.
Oh, I don't think you're going to be able to sell that very well.
I mean, I'm not
if
going.
You had to throw an orgy in a month. Where are you going?
I'm thinking like
you personally, and realistic.
I'm thinking like a nice hotel. Like I'm gonna find like a nice hotel, not like a Red Roof or like a Motel 6. Like
you're just working with a hotel room, or you've got like a floor, or you've got like.
I'm saying just a hotel room. Like what we do up in Madison? Get like the 2 beds. Get like 6 people in there.
See, if I'm going orgy, I want like 40 people at least.
That is excessive. That's way too.
That's an orgy to me.
40 people?
Yeah.
Oh,
I think you go bigger.
Where do you host a 40-person orgy?
That's what I meant. That's why I was asking. See, clearly we're not calibrated.
Because I'm thinking
you want to have sex with 5 people like a fucking dork. I'm trying to have sex with 39 people.
I'm just trying to figure
like
out
a regular person.
First of all, I got to find 39 people that I want to fuck, and then I have to.
You don't have to have sex with all of them.
But then I got to at least
out of 40. I bet
there's got to at least be a
median.
Be
better than your 6 sloppy gross turds.
At least I feel like if I have 6, there's at least quality control in there. If I'm picking out 6 good-looking people, you know.
No, because the 6 people you want to pick out to have sex with aren't going to be down for your orgy.
You don't know that.
My 39
I'm
people,
upfront about the orgy.
There's going to be some uggos, but we push them in a corner.
I'm just picturing like the orgy episode if It's Always Sunny, where there's the freaking buffet.
Picturing the orgy episode.
Yeah, orgy.
But that's what I mean, because I know that they've done like world records for like biggest orgy.
Yeah.
And
they've also done a world record for how many cum shots a woman takes at once. The answer is 626, I think.
Yeah. Who did that?
I don't remember her name, but Chuck Palahniuk wrote a book about her.
Shout out to her.
Yeah.
Beautiful soul. Yeah, I don't know. I think we need to.
Where would you host a 40-person orgy at? Like a banquet hall?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like a VFW.
Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and rent this out for the night. Thank you, sir. We'll be sure to respect the place.
$500 through punk shows here, through orgies.
$500 split 40 ways. Let's see. Let's go.
Like $12 a person.
Is it really?
Fast math, yeah.
Fast math. Let's see. 500 divided by 12. No, 500
divided by 40.
$12.50 a person.
Yeah, not bad.
And if we include a buffet, you could charge $20 a person.
Yeah. But do you eat before or after?
During.
No, I won't have that.
Some nice chicken wings during the orgy.
If it's dark enough, you accidentally fuck a burrito and then realize it's better than all 39 people.
There's worse things you could fuck in a 40-person orgy. Let's be 100% honest.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's what I mean. There's going to be some unpleasantries, but there's going to be some nice things.
I just think the people that are into orgies aren't like the
beautiful?
type of people where, yeah, I mean, I don't want to say they're not beautiful. Everyone's beautiful in God's eyes, but like,
not in your.
I'm not God. I have distinctions. I'm not going to shame someone just because they're not my type, but I'm allowed to look at someone and go, I don't want to fuck you because of how you look.
That's why you got to keep the lights low.
I just turn the lights off at that point.
Yeah, that's what I mean by low.
Just off completely. Everyone just grabbing everything
into each other.
Knocking over hot buffet tables of food. Just a big hot thing of buffet mac and cheese sliding everywhere.
No, because what I'm going to do is turn the lights off, set the mood, wheel all the buffet stuff out of the building, close the doors with broomsticks, and leave.
No, what you got to do,
and let the
leave,
VFW figure it out.
Take the buffet food, and then wait about 2 hours of people stumbling around in the dark, and then make it like the bowling parties back in the day. Come in and turn all the lights on, and the polka music comes on. Everyone's just...
all wet and erect. Vampires in the dark.
I just love the idea. This is a TV show episode. Us orchestrating an orgy, taking all the buffet food, locking it with brooms, and then letting the VFW deal with the rest of it.
Yeah, then I made $500.
I'm just
and the VFW was big.
I'm just picturing
Not again.
like the end of the sequence. It's like a sunny day, and it's like da, na, 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 and the birds are chirping, and a guy comes with his keys to unlock the VFW hall, and he's like, brooms. What does that smell? And he just pulls the brooms out and just pushed open. Just people just gasping for air.
It smells horrible.
This
smells like
worse.
Someone's ass exploded.
It smells worse than that hospital room I walked by that one day when my vagina was smelling.
Yes, I would like just... Because that's why I was glad no one was at the doctor, too. Because they're like, what are you here for? And I was like, yeah, I have, I think, a boil. That's causing me a great deal of pain.
Remind me after this to tell you the most uncomfortable thing I ever had to say at the doctor's office.
Oh.
Because I don't want to say it on the show. I do not want to say it on the show. I'll say it on a Patreon episode. If you pay for the Patreon stuff, I will say it on a future Patreon episode, but I will not say it on here because it is so goddamn embarrassing. And the fact that my mother or sister might hear it just mortifies me.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I said, I have a boil that's causing me a great deal of pain. And she's like, okay. And then like several minutes later, she was like, and where is the boil located at? And I was like, it's on my butt. She's like, okay. And everybody's real professional.
Yeah.
And then no one was there, so it didn't matter. And then you hear other people. This one lady came in, and the door is comically hard to open at the doctor's office. Like, it's the only joy that they get. Because I think it's because there's like a door and then there's another door, and they both have like the buttons for like them to open.
Yeah.
And I think it was like windy day, so it was something with that door. Because even when I went to open it, it's one of those where you're like, holy shit. So I'm just spending all the time leaned over in the chair knowing that it's going to be hard for people to open this door and how they're going to react. Because there's only 2 reactions. And all of them are you're initially startled and then you don't want to look like a bitch, so you power through it. Or you like really struggle. And this lady came in and she tries to grab it and then she's just like, oh, fuck. Loud as shit in this silent room. I was like, jeez. And she comes in and she's like, oh, shit.
Fuck, shit, bitch.
And then I jumped up and my ass explodes everywhere.
Clears out the whole fucking room.
And then she is like, yeah, my back hurts. I need to see a doctor, but I got to be to work. How long is it going to be? And the lady's like, it'll be at least 45 minutes before you even get back there. She's like, before I even get back there? Shit. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it. I guess I'll just have to deal with it. Like one of those people that tries to make other people feel bad.
Yeah.
When like maybe you should have shown up earlier. I don't know your life. I don't care to know your life.
When I went to the doctor,
I got an ass that's about to get cut open.
When I went to the doctor for my pneumonia, I had a woman confuse me for someone else, which is
Yeah,
odd.
I remember reading about that.
Which is odd considering my, stature and appearance.
Yeah.
And she comes over and she sits and she starts talking to me. And she's like, so where are you tattooing at these days? And I was like, who do you think
My
I am
basement.
exactly? And she thought my name was like Tommy or something like that.
Yeah, Tommy. Yeah, Tommy.
And I was like,
huge
no, my name's Slim. And she was like, oh, I thought you were totally someone else. She goes, because she like came up and gave me a big hug and everything. And like part of me was like, do I know this woman from like my jam band days? Like, did I meet her at the bar when I was really drunk one time and I don't remember this, And like,
have I had sex with this woman?
Oh God, I'm so glad I didn't have sex with this woman because like she's sitting there, she's talking to me and she's like, so what are you here for? I'm like, well, I'm sick, obviously. I was like, I'm not feeling 100%. And just trying to get checked out. I was like, you doing all right? And she was like, yeah, my back is really messed up because I got into a motorcycle crash 2 years ago and I need to get some more pain medicine, but I need to prove to these people that I'm not on heroin right now because I'm 70 days clean and they have to do a bunch of blood tests to make sure that I'm not on heroin because they won't give me pain pills unless I'm not on heroin. And I'm like, oh,
that's good.
I'm like,
good that's.
I'm like, well, I'm glad you're clean. I'm like, you should really be proud of yourself for that. Keep it up. Don't relapse. That's a bad thing. And then they ended up calling her back and she was like, hey, it was really nice to meet you. I was like, you too. Stay clean.
Yeah, please, God, stay clean.
I was like, please stay clean for yourself. I was like, do that for you.
That's what I don't want to take anything away from anyone's struggle. But when I was having that fever dream episode for what felt like days of my life, I was like, this must be similar
to what detox
to
is like.
what detoxing from heroin, because that's all you hear is like chills and it takes so long and you can't
You
think.
have these vivid hallucinations
yeah,
and stuff.
and I was like, Okay,
Well, and people die from it. People die from going through withdrawals.
And I felt like I was gonna die. And again, I'm sure it's not the same at all. I'm not trying to make that comparison, but it's the closest I have ever been and hope to ever be. But, you know, if I get into the black tar, it just is what it is at this point.
I just pray that by the
It's
time
the only
this
thing
episode...
that makes my ass pain go away.
Jesus Christ. I just pray that by the time this episode comes out, we're both feeling a lot better.
Or we're dead.
Hopefully dead. Dead would be the preferred option at this point, but feeling better and full of life would also be really, really great.
Well, you heard it here, folks. This may be the last episode 66. It's been fine.
It's been a ride.
It's just been fine.
I wouldn't call it a good run.
Maybe check in on us at 4027 Dapper. That's 4027-327-737. If we don't respond, we're dead. All right?